breaking news. You are my friend. And also double breaking news. Alex Mashinsky, head scammer of Celsius, is arrested. Friends, you have a straight back. I love you. I love you with all my heart. And I'm going to tell you something right now. You will see all the YouTube influencers talking about Alex Mashinsky like it's some sort of relevant thing. They are not doing us a favor. This has absolutely no impact on the bull market, no impact on how we perceive value, the types of edge that we're going to try get, competitive edges. All of it's going to be irrelevant. So in the next few days, when you hear people talking about it, I want you to think, my friend Somi told me that this is junk news. This guy's a big poopy head. The last thing he's ever going to get from me is a big, fat, slimy poopy on his head. There you go. I'll make it smiley at least for your Bitcoin, and it's going to be stinky. Celsius, big, fat Ponzi. I'm going to actually expand your mind today, all right? Because I'm not going to waste time on these people. You are my friend. So, strong communities. Are you looking for a strong community? Let's have a deep dive here. Everyone's looking for a strong crypto community, right? Let me tell you something. You're my friend. You already know that. You don't drink room temperature water. But each strong community has religious priests in the community. And they have one job. And yes, just one job. The one job is fight any doubters and keep the troops pumped. Of course, they can't keep the troops pumped all the time because not everybody has that skill, but they definitely do the first job. Fight the doubters. Good criticism, bad criticism, even when it's not even criticism and nothing related to criticism, even if somebody is just pointing out a flaw, a discrepancy, something's a bit tarnished, someone saying, hey, you fluffy slippers, one of them needs to be repaired. They'll say, no, how dare you? A lot of people misconstrue this idea. So all day, friends, like, how do you think I do my research? I go to Bitcoin Maxi community. I'm in Ethereum Maxis. I go check out XRP, Cardano, Doge, Pulse Chain, Hex. I'm everywhere, man. I go and I sniff around. I want to see. I'm like, there are similarities here. I'm here doing the hard work. I want to know what makes everyone tick? And why are some coins at the top of the table and others never really make it? Why is this important? It's because we already know, right? The community is the asset, not the code, because they can always copy paste the code, but you can't copy paste the community. So you got to find a competitive edge. That's why you watch me. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, press the bell button and all. I make every single video for you because you are loved and appreciated. And now we're going to continue. Each community has a religious priest. I get blocked every single day. I find people, I'm like, wow, that person blocked me. I wonder why. Every day it happens. You don't take it to heart. You need them there. I don't want to see the religious priest of a coin I hold. I don't want to see them welcome me with open arms, okay? I am a poop coiner. You are a poop coiner. We are sinners. Do you understand here? We need to be absolved of our sins. Do you see this? We have many ticker symbols here, many coins. When you are a religious priest, there is no other coin. It has to be one view. Do not judge these people. We need them there. You need people to die on the hill, man. We need them to stay on the hill and fight. Don't fight for something else. If you're in Bitcoin, don't tell me how cool Ethereum is. If you're in Hex, don't talk to me about Chainlink. Do you understand? This is needed. I don't want people to come talk to me like, oh, you know, what's going on? We need to see them there. This is why I never take it to heart. This is what happens. So they can't be blamed. All right? The religious priests are always needed. It is a sign of strength. Everybody gets this wrong. What do they think? They think when they see a religious priest of a community, a Maxi, or someone who's like got the logos, got everything, like one way, my way only. People think when they see them, they go, this person is so delusional. And they will never see the other side of you. Yes, exactly. That's the whole point. That's why you back that horse. That's why you back the community with religious priests who do a very good job. Okay? The better they sell, the more you are able to see that there's value being developed there. And now I have this cute peppy priest, all right? This peppy pope. Let me continue. So you want to know, like, you know this by now. Look at this. Okay, we're going to go deep, friends. We're going deep. Deep like our friendship. Bitcoin maxis rally behind Michael Saylor. They used to rally behind Satoshi, but it's very interesting because Satoshi is long gone now. The original OGs of Bitcoin, yes, they will always have love and affection for Satoshi, okay? They always will. Michael Saylor, he doesn't speak too much about Satoshi. Do you notice that? You don't, okay? If you were probably in Bitcoin as a Maxi, you would probably say, I'm going to build a shrine and a temple devoted to Satoshi and his principles. It's interesting that Michael Saylor comes in and he is not really a Satoshi Maxi. He sees it as a cybernetic hornet's nest, like transposing time, space, fourth dimension. He sees it differently. Why? Because Michael Saylor, I've got the adoption curve here for you, friends. Michael Saylor thinks he is an early adopter, but actually he is a conservative, all right? He is towards the conservatives now. We got the skeptics left to go, and the BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF, yes, that is going to be the skeptics. You understand this? So this is the difference, all right? Now, when we are looking at the religious priests, all right, Michael Saylor, he does not have the exact overlapping principles that the early Bitcoiners had. So when Bitcoin was actually flying to the moon, when it was considered a religious Ponzi scam, and everybody said people are literally just descendants of this weirdo named Satoshi, an anonymous dude on the internet, people were talking about censorship resistance, immutability. They were talking about government control. We have to save the people. We can't compete with the government. Let me tell you something, all right? Did you know Satoshi? Someone wanted Bitcoin in the early Bitcoin forum talk. Someone basically said, yes, now we're finally getting popular. Let's go out and shout the name. And Satoshi said, no, we don't want to shout our name yet. It's too early. We're not ready. That was the early, humble Satoshi. That is different to the principles of what Michael Saylor says now. But it's very interesting. Why don't they say anything in the Bitcoin Maxi crowd? You know, Michael Saylor, he wants to do this whole weird like Bitcoin mining council. He wants to centralize stuff. And people in the Bitcoin Maxi community don't. Look at this, man. I've got the best example for you right now. Look at this picture. This is literally a Reddit thread, okay? This is what it's called. Bitcoin Jesus? Roger Ver has long held that title. But is Michael Saylor openly vying for that position? Pretty on there, and then whatever it is, literally, it's with Jesus Christ. Literally, this. I didn't put this picture, friends. They put this picture up. This is literally Reddit. Bitcoin Jesus. Michael Saylor, I mean, it's so obvious and clear. You need him to cheer. Michael Saylor will never admit Ethereum has proper use cases, ever. That is heresy. What's interesting is he will say Ethereum has use cases in a very roundabout way. So Ethereum's over here. He'll never say it has a use case. Instead, what he'll say is he'll be like, well, maybe there are kind of things you can kind of do, maybe, you know, that's what he says. But Bitcoin does it better. That's how he speaks. Go listen to him speak. Actually, don't. It takes like 2 hours, but I do all the research for you, all right? Now, you probably think, okay, maybe Ethereum is the most neutral and independent. They are quite neutral and independent, or so you think. The Ethereum maxis, now their religious priests are also different. They will rally behind Vitalik. Interesting. They will also turn a blind eye to the EIP, the Ethereum improvement proposals, the voting process, okay? So this is a political process. This is something, when I discovered, I was like, wow, it really is kind of just, we're kind of creating the existing system of humans, friends. So it is a social consensus, okay? This is very interesting. Go listen to any Ethereum maxis and listen to what they say, friends. They'll say social consensus, all right? They'll make articles about this. Type in social consensus. Why do Ethereum maxis talk about social consensus? It's because that's another way of saying, well, centralizing, political, you know, these words, they're bad words. So we don't say that in crypto. Instead, we use social consensus. Social consensus means if we're going to make a decision, the people collectively come together and make that decision. Does that sound like the government of your country or my country or every other country? Yes, but I guess we're like a different one, right? We're trying to live on a little pirate island. But it is, you can, if you fast forward this to 10, 20 years and crypto keeps growing exponentially, you can see how we're like, wait a minute, we just made the whole government, we just put everybody on the internet. But everyone's sitting on a squeaky chair, tippity-tappity typing away, wearing fluffy slippers with pointy elbows. okay? But that's what they call it. Did you know the EIP process is also quite political? Because everyone wants to get first on the list to make their own EIP. Guess who gets first priority? That's right. Let's move on. They will banish you from discussing Uniswap. Uniswap is one of the blue chip top tier creations. If you go back to my chart, if you notice, there's been a crypto tech invention every 4 years. 2012 was Bitcoin, right in the Bitcoin forks. 2016 was Ethereum. Okay, here 2020 I have Chainlink here, but Uniswap birthed the whole new industry of risk taking and gambling and Ponzi casinos. Okay, and it really pushed forward everything. Of course, that's tongue in cheek. It's such a great, beautiful invention. Now, Uniswap, we all know, fake governance token. We know the people aren't in control, and Uniswap Labs, which is the New York guys who basically it's the city office, very centralized. They hire a lot of insiders, WEF bug eaters. They got people from Barack Obama's treasury team. Like, they have real deep political insiders. But the religious priests do not let you talk about them. They squash them. It never gets discussed, right? It's very opposite to what they breed. But this is what you want to see. If you're a Bitcoin Maxi, yes, you want to see Michael Saylor call Ethereum poop, all right? That's a competitor. If you're an Ethereum Maxi, you have to see them speak about everything else as poop, especially the competitive chains that are trying to fight against it, all right? Each strong community will have religious priests who will fight to the end. And yes, just for you, very special, there is the crossing swords emoji to show the clicking and the clacking and the clanging on the swords. It is like that. It's all a game, man. All right, it's all a game. In the game, there's risks and reward. There's strategy, all right? You got to fake out the other team. It really is a game. There is strategy. It's chess. It's one of the most greatest games ever. It's the financial casino. It is what it is. Financial entertainment, if you will, all right? So here's the thing. A lot of people will then think, all right, well, look at this. I've here got it for you. Got the answers for you. Most people will waste their time trying to convince the religious priests of another view, all right? There is literally, once BitBoy did a interview, Michael Saylor, and he kind of tried to be like, you know, Michael, he actually said to this, right? I never forget this. I think it was 2021. He says, you know, Mikey, Bitcoin's pretty expensive. It's like 50,000. He's like, I can see how people want to buy cheaper coins. And Mikey was like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You can buy parts of a coin. And BitBoy, Ben, was like, no, you don't get it, man. Like, it's too expensive. But Ben's right. Like, Ben's thinking like the average retailer. He's like, dude, we don't understand market cap. We don't care. What's the unit bias of the coin? You know, so you can get to see Michael's like, nope, I won't have it. I won't believe in it. It is what it is. Okay, but let me tell you something. One of those bullish things Bitcoin could do is if everyone said, let's divide the coin by 100,000. Let's make Bitcoin cost like 20 cents again instead of $20,000 or 30 cents or 3 cents. Okay, it's funny. That it might actually be such a bullish thing for a long term. All right. Now, here's the thing. The right thing to do this is what I do. I evaluate the priests based on how far they are willing to go. Some may call it political theatrics. Some may call it a show. You can call it whatever it is. I don't care. I want to know, how convincing are they? Because at the end of the day, friends, let's be honest, okay? You don't need much in life except your friends, food, water, clothes on your back. Of course, the water's got to be colder than room temperature, right? And you know what I mean? You need that much. So we're just dealing in this digital fixated world. There's just weird stuff going on, right? It is a metaverse when you think about it, okay? So I want to see how far these people can really take it. The further, the better, okay? You know Max Kaiser, super religious priest, all right? Now, here's a funny, interesting part. Weak coins, they still have priests, but they're flimsy, okay? They're flimsy priests. They will run at the first sign of danger. You don't see them with tattoos. You don't see them putting their ovaries and their balls on the line. You don't see them, and you can feel it when I'm in there. I'm like, oh man, these people just don't. You can feel it. You know how you can feel it? When an opposing view comes in, they are too accepting of the other side, all right? You can't even let it in, all right? So that's why I know, that's why I love, okay? For example, Hex and Pulse Chain community, I have people literally will block me And I'll know like, wow, they literally have misread my whole message, and what they think I said had nothing to do with what I said. But that's what I want to say. I'm like, yes, this person's in. They're in, man. They're in and they're not leaving. That's it. It has to be this. It has to be these logos. Fantastic. Double tick. All right, double tick. Now, your mind's probably blowing right now. You're like, wait a minute. You're telling me this open mind isn't actually what we want? Yes, friends. It's the game, okay? That's the game. The game is open-minded people like us. We have to be the temperature gauge, all right? Because no one else is the temperature gauge. We got to see where the value is going, all right? What is the collective mindset of everybody drawing to? It's going to be the strongest networks growing. So you have to do this. If you don't do this with me, who else is going to do it? You're going to be pumped and dumped, leverage trading exchanges, ICO, pump and dumps, fake utility use case. You know it all ends bad, okay? So I'm just going to let you know, strong communities have fierce priests, okay? They go around blocking everyone, first thing, okay? They don't accept another view. They will write super long essays. I watch Bitcoin Maxi's friends. You won't believe what they say about Vitalik, okay? Vitalik is literally the shaitan himself to them. I'm like, bro, this guy made actually a coin that is beating Bitcoin. Like, ETH BTC is going up. So, friends, just to remind you, if a ratio of a chart, if anything versus Bitcoin goes up over time, firstly, it's basically a miracle. And secondly, you've added value to the world. You've added so much value, people would rather store your coin than Bitcoin. That's how much value you've added. That's how premium and pristine it is. But everybody in the Bitcoin camp will deny this. They'll say, no, heathen. They'll say, this is the funniest thing. Me and my friends always laugh. They go, pre-mine scam. Vitalik is a pre-mine scammer. They keep calling him a pre-mine scammer. Do you want to know what's funny? It's been 9 years, Habib. 9 years since the ICO for Ethereum. They're still calling him a pre-mine scammer. Like, oh my God, man. 9 years? It's funny, but we love it. And of course, we'll end with the beautiful Bitcoin chart. So Bitcoin's a religion. It's taken over. It's pretty big. But look at the size of the religion. There are 100 million people in Bitcoin. 100 million people hold Bitcoin. Yes, that number is phenomenally huge. All right, Metcalfe's law, that means we need a lot of people to come in. Okay, remember Metcalfe's law, you increase the number of users by N and the price increase is going to be P squared. But guess what, man? Where are you going to find another 100 million people to just buy Bitcoin? That's a lot of a lot of energy needed to pump that up. That's why if you can find out any coin with any of the attributes I said, you got some good religious priests out there, pay attention. You grab both your ears, you perk them up, and you say, hey, this is not a guarantee, but I think we're onto something here. Tell mom and dad we still love them. It doesn't matter what religion you're from, friends. You're all welcome here. We are the religion of friendship and kindness and green candles. Like, subscribe, bell button, all. I'm going to catch you in the next one.